Hi guys! Today I'm going to be talking about how to get your open aptitude tasks for your cats. So I have Xavier out here, my beautiful Persian. So the first thing we're going to need is the retrieve. You can use any of these toys. Cat should be straight, legs fully outstretched or fully tucked under. Cat can either be looking at you or looking straight forward. Now, Siamese cats always look up and kind of close their eyes when they run. So if you have a Siamese, then this is what you'd be going for. But in most cats, they will look straight forward or right at you when they run. We'll need a pull weave. Make sure you use the gray cat scratching posts, not the white ones. These two should be as far apart as possible. This one should be as far up as possible. And then one part of the body, the cat's body, should be overlapping this pole. One part should be overlapping this pole. The cat's back should be under this pole. If you have a really large cat breed, maybe like the honey bear, it might be harder to get their back under, but most judges understand that and they will judge accordingly. Then you need a jump. They can be jumping off furniture, jumping onto furniture, or jumping through the hoop. The pounce can be pouncing on any of these toys. I think the auto ball is probably the easiest because they naturally want to hunt it since it's moving. This says cat should have its forepaws firmly positioned on the ball with hind legs crouched and anchored on the floor. Cat should either be focused on the ball or on the camera. Ears should be back and a fierce expression is ideal. Release the auto ball out of position on the same level as the cat and wait for it to hunt and eventually pounce on the ball. And then you need a trick. The cat demonstrates its skill, ability, and flair. Cat may perform one of two tricks. It can be the ball toss, which is over here, tossing it up in the air, or the ball balance, which is where they get on the ball and balance on the ball. In both cases, the cat must be sideways on. In the ball toss, the ball must be high in the air and the cat focused on it with paws ready to catch it. In the ball balance, the cat must have all four paws securely on the ball and can be focused on the ball or focused on the camera. In the ball toss, I find that look at this guy. He's just like walking all over my screen. In the ball toss, I find that they don't always look at the ball. They're not always focused on it. Their eyes do like this weird thing. So sometimes that one can be a little bit more difficult to get it to look right versus the ball balance one. But just try and get what you can get. What's he doing? He's so weird. Okay, so we're going to start at the top and start with a toy. We're going to go to the toy closet. And, oh no, let's just make this easier. We're going to clear the supply case and we're going to get our toys. So since he's a cat, I'm going to use the yarn. I'm going to use the auto ball. Okay, we need 3 weave poles. There's the weaves to pass them. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to use the hoop. And, okay. So now we're going to go back over here to the playpen. I like to use the playpen because A, the weave poles aren't going to be bouncing around every time he runs into them. And B, there's nothing he can jump on and get distracted with. So let's get out our toy and see if we can't get him to pick it up in his mouth. Might be tired by now. Oh, and he's hungry. All right, I'm going to cheat. Move this up. You want to make sure that he's got a full belly when you start. He's going to cough up a hairball. Make sure they're full on their energy. They had a nice weight and everything. Just make sure everything looks okay in their brain sliders. I normally actually like feed them and let them take a real nap and stuff. I normally don't use Petza, but for the sake of keeping these videos as short as possible, I will just do that. I'm going to let him cough up his hairball before we get started because he won't be able to focus. Alright, so let's see if he wants to play with this. Once he gets it in his mouth, if he does, I will pet him so that he doesn't drop it. Because if you don't pet him right after he picks it up, he will just bring it back to you and drop it. And we don't want him to drop it. We want him to hold it for as long as possible. He just wants to play with it. Toss it and see if we can get him to pick it up. No. So if that was sideways on, we probably could have gotten this picture right here. And you know, if at any time we can get any of these pictures while we do the retrieve, then we will. There we go. Alright, so he's got it in his mouth. We're going to pet him so that hopefully he doesn't drop it. We're going to bring him over here. Oops, dropped him. Forget the Persians tend to drop. So sometimes we can get them to run and look forward with the auto ball. His eyes were closed. So let's see if we can't get a good retrieving picture. That was almost good. Again, his legs have to be fully outstretched or fully tucked under. It's a really good one, but his head is not fully like in profile, so we're going to try and see if we can get a better one. His eyes could also be a little bit less tired looking. If I find if they look tired, just tickle their feet a little bit. So that's a pretty good one. I don't think he's fully outstretched though, but I will save it. Keeps closing his eyes. So again, just tickle his feet if he has his eyes too closed or, you know, looking sleepy. That's a good one. He is looking at me. I just prefer them looking forward. So again, that's a good one, but I really don't think he's fully outstretched. Pretty sure they can stretch further than that. Let's try again. An autosave can be your friend, guys. Turn on autosave for this and just take pictures as they run, and you'll probably end up with a picture a lot quicker than me. I just don't like using autosave for some reason. close. Come on, Xavier. Sorry, didn't mean to drop you. That's a pretty good one. Oh, we dropped a toy. That's a pretty good one, though. His eyelids could be a little bit better. You know, he's kind of got a dull expression on him. But his legs are fully outstretched. I'm pretty sure he can be looking at you, right? Exactly the same as the run novice task. And this, I guess that's this one. Head may be facing the camera or in profile. Any eyes visible must be focused on the camera or in the direction of movement. So, yeah, that one is totally acceptable. Again, I'd prefer him looking forward. And, you know, if I really wanted to persist on that, then I would just keep trying until I got it. But for the sake of keeping this video shorter, I'm going to let it go. And I'll just use that last one because it's pretty cute. Okay, so now next thing we need are the weave poles. So I'm going to put him away so we can get set up. I'm going to make this as big as possible. Put these in the middle. Sorry if my Thanksgiving theme is a little much for you guys. I will put it on something else. I don't like that one. Now the poles blend in. Use purple shag. There we go. Alright, so we want to put the poles as far apart as possible. He's kind of a smaller cat, so they can't be too far apart. And then this one up as far as we can. And try to make them look nice and like a nice triangle. Right, and then one way to do this is to mess with where you put your carry case. Wait, screen of death. So let's bring him out and see where he runs. He ran way in front of the poles. We're gonna bring this up. Try again. So that is pretty much perfect. We just got to get our timing right and move it back a little bit more. So again, our timing was off. Move a little bit. Oh, now he's running in front of it. So this is the easiest method that I have found to get the weave poles, is just using the carry case, and so that they run through them every time. The trick is just getting it in the right position where you can take the picture as they are either fully extended or fully tucked under. And there he ran in front of it again. Let's try up. So that's pretty good. He's overlapping this pole, he's overlapping this pole, his back is under this pole, but he looks like he's leaping. His legs are not fully extended or fully tucked under. So we're going to try again. So again, that's pretty good. But his legs again are messed up. So let's try again. Alright, Alright, so we're getting that leaping picture pretty much every time, so I'm going to move this and see if we can't get a little bit more extension here. I feel like we're just getting up too high. But down lower, he starts running in front of that pole. And there he actually passed behind this pole too. So, again, just trial and error, guys, until you get it where you need it to be. That's pretty good. I'm going to save that one just in case I use it. It's really good. The only thing I don't like is he's up really high on these two back poles. I'd like to see him down here further. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to move this pole down a little bit more so that I can move this down a little bit more. Let's try that and see where he's at. Oh, that would have been pretty much perfect. But he's looking up. This pole is down further than I'd like to see. I want to move up just a little bit more. Let's try that. So again, that one's really nice. But I'd like to see him down a little bit further still. Move that down a little bit. Now he's running in front of that pole again, so we might just have to take it. So there's a really good one. He's not overlapping this pole, so we can't use it. I mean, we could, but we'd be faulted for that. But his legs are fully outstretched, and I like to see that. So hopefully we can get a better one with him overlapping both poles. There we go. So now that one's pretty much perfect, but his back is not under that pole, and his back really could be. So I'm going to move that one up further again and try again. There we go. So that's, again, pretty much perfect. His eyes could look a little bit better. You know, his expression could be happier or something. It just looks like he's zoned out. So I could try for a better expression. But his eyelids are even. It's got that going for him, right? I don't know if that makes any difference, but let's try one more. And, you know, he's not fully outstretched. His front legs could be a little bit further, but he's got really nice balance. You know, he's overlapping this pole and this pole about the same amount. This pole is like directly in the middle of his body, and his back is underneath that pole. So this is the one that I am actually going to use. You know, even though he's not fully outstretched, everything else looks really, really nice. So we'll try that one and see how he does with it. Next thing we need is the hoop jump. So you're just going to bring out the hoop. And the trick to the hoop is just to hold it as still as possible. So, you know, if you keep going like this and moving it around, trying to like chase your cat around and be like, jump, jump, jump the hoop, jump the hoop, they don't get a chance to jump it. Just hold it real still. If they've never seen the hoop before, which he has not, let them check it out. The only time you should move it is if they're going to jump in the wrong direction. So if he jumps and tries to jump right to left, I will move it. You know, if he knocks it out of my hand like that right there, I'll move it so that he gets on the other side of it. So there he is jumping it. Let me see what this says, because I don't know if he needs to be fully outstretched for this or not. Because cats jump two ways. They either do this little tiny jump or they do like the full-on outstretched jump. Okay, so it says, if jumping through the hoop, it should be horizontal and in mid-flight, with head in profile and eyes looking in direction of movement. If jumping off the chair, it should be well extended and either in mid-flight or with feet just touching the ground. Head should be, right. See if it says anything else about the hoop. It doesn't say. But since this cat is fully extended and it mentions being fully extended on the rest of them, that's what we're going to go ahead and go for. So if it looks like they're going to paw out of your hand, you can move it then too. Basically, just don't chase your cat around trying to get them to jump through it. Now it's good to practice the jumping before you actually need the pictures, so that there's like no hesitation or confusion on what they're supposed to do. You just pet them a lot every time they jump through it. So again, he's not fully extended, so we're going to try again. Very fully extended, but he was going in the other way. There we go. There's full extension. I will give him a treat for that while oh, never mind, I don't have any treats. I usually do. I just have to deal with petting. So we'll save that one. Alright, so we got the jump. Now we need the pounce and the trick. So we're just going to let him catch this auto ball. And let him play with it. Try and keep him straight. So I totally could have used that picture. I was hoping that he would look at the ball instead of at me. So we'll take that picture now. I don't know which one I like better. Guess I'll save this one. Get straight again. Keeps turning the wrong way. There we go. I think he's getting tired. Yeah, he's hungry and tired, so there we go. Give him some more energy. So there's a good ball balance picture. And we'll go ahead and use the pounce, the one that we got with him looking at the toy. So there we have all of our tasks. Let's go ahead and go to the Pets image, merge them all together, and I'll show you the end result of all of that. So let's go. So you need the retrieve picture. I'm trying to decide which one I want to use. Could use this one because his head is looking forward, or I mean his eyes are, but it's just not completely in profile like this one or this one. These ones he's not fully outstretched in. So we'll just go ahead and use that one, I guess. And then the weaves, we want this one right here. Then we need the jump. The pounce. And the ball balance. So there is his finished picture. Only thing that I can see that could be better is him looking straight forward in both of the run pictures, but everything else looks really good, and he should still do pretty good with this picture. I mean, the head looking at the camera should be judged equally with the ones that are looking straight forward. It's just my own preference, really. So there we go. We can go to PKC. Find him over here. I can go ahead and go enter him in Aptitude. There we go. He's all entered and ready to go. I hope that helped you guys enjoy entering Open Aptitude shows and get those titles on your cats. See you in the next video.